Good morning. It's me again. I keep coming back, at least for 7 days. I at least want to go through the first 7 days. And, if we decide to go forward with more prayer time, then we can do that. Anyway, my name is Rebecca Benston, and I'm here to talk to you about 7 Days to Higher Ground. I have a series of devotionals called 7 Days to Higher Ground that are meant to help you jumpstart your prayer life and get into a good relationship with God and get used to communicating with Him through prayer. And I have been going through and trying to kind of talk you through the first few days of prayer time. I wanted to share something with you. I had mentioned to you, I think a couple videos ago, that, when I started out, I used to keep index cards, and, it's kind of evolved into prayer journals. And I wanted to show you my prayer basket that has a whole bunch of the journals that I had starting out. I have a whole bunch more upstairs, but this is the basket that I started, and I just kind of had them sitting just to keep them somewhere. So this is a whole bunch of prayer journals. This is my last 10 years of prayer right here. I think this basket goes from about 2010 up to, maybe 2014, maybe past that, because there's some other journals like this behind here. So it evolved from cards to these little books here with a little dust on. And then I went to these notebooks here. And then I graduated to these notebooks, the larger notebooks, because I just didn't have enough room. And then finally to these composition books, which I have many of these, and I have a stack of these upstairs as well in my prayer area. And I wanted to just share that with you so that you have an idea of the kinds of evolution that your prayer life will go through. So not everybody will do it the same way I do, but I just think it's really nice to have this to go back to, because when I look at my prayer journal from 2011, I can go through here and see, and I can think about what I was going through. I was in Bible studies and stuff back then that I hadn't ever done. I don't think I'd started to lead Bible studies at that point, but I was getting close. And I used to write verse after verse after verse, and then go in and do study to see, what I could figure out about those verses. So, interesting stuff. And I'm glad I have that history of my prayer life so that I can go back to it and look into it whenever I need to. And I draw on it quite a bit. So, with that said, day 4, we are at momentum. That's the title. Step by step. That's how you reach a goal. And prayer is no different. No matter where you're coming from, coming to this point, you need to remember that one day you're going to look back and you'll be thankful that you made the choice to move forward. Definitely every time I see this basket, every time I see the stack of prayer journals in my room, I am very thankful that I keep doing this each and every day. There have been times when I didn't have much to say. I'm not going to lie. There are some of my journal pages where I just struggled and I wrote down the same thing for days. And it was just like, please watch over these people, make sure everything's good, guide me, help me. I'm blank, But that didn't happen for a very long time because I did a lot of studying, a lot of growth, and I think we all hit plateaus. But right now, at the beginning stages, you are very much where you are gaining momentum. Coming back after hump day, you are on the way to solidifying that relationship with God through prayer. So the verse for today is Deuteronomy 6:18. Do what is right and good in the Lord's sight, so that it may go well with you, and you may go in and take over the good land that the Lord promised on oath to your ancestors. So, some days this is the best you can hope for, to do what's right and good in the Lord's sight. And, some days it's more of a struggle than it It needs to be. But when you become a Christian, things don't automatically just fall into place. We have to go through these challenges. We have to go through these struggles. And we have to kind of take the time to look at where we've been and what we're doing and see what makes sense to keep doing, what makes sense to stop doing. Keeping prayer journals for me has been the way to make sure I can look back and say, what was I doing at that time when I was struggling? What was I thinking? What was I writing about? What really resonated with me at that point? Because at that time, way back, I used to write down any song, any show, anything that I was watching, anything that I felt God had shown me on a billboard or anything. Everything that was coming in, I wanted to keep track of, and I wanted to make sure that I had the meaning somewhere. I had it written down. And, looking back, I can see that when I was starting to really gain momentum and I was starting to really get a foothold and begin to know who I was through prayer, it was just so important to me to make that a serious thing, document it, and just keep going. So as you gain momentum, I just continue to pray for you. I continue to pray that that everything is going the way you need it to go so that you can continue to walk closely toward God until you reach Him and you can walk with Him. If you're already there and you're walking with Him, I just hope that whatever communication you're having with Him is enriching and that you do feel like you are getting the support and the guidance from Him that you need, and that it's not scary anymore to ask Him for what you need. So you can get the book if you don't already have it, 7 Days to Higher Ground, a devotional for embracing a new life. You can get it at highergroundbooksandmedia.com/shop, or Amazon.com. Just look up 7 Days to Higher Ground by Rebecca Benston. Also, if you have questions as you are going through and trying to set up your prayer time, make sure that you email me at highergroundbooksandmedia@gmail.com. I hope everything is going fine for you. I will join you again for day 5 very, very soon. Hopefully tomorrow. All right. Try to have a good day. Try to have a good night. Try to have a good week. And, you're gaining momentum. So you're doing everything you need to do to get in step with God's plan for you. Have a great day. God bless.